general nerdery.
All right, this opening bit has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about for the rest of it, but
Blueberries.
Okay, that part does. But the way that they just randomly talk about food, so I guess it kind of does. I went to M80 Chicken yesterday.
Nice.
Which is it's a food. It was a food truck in Missoula. They just got their own little spot. They still only have like 3 things on the menu. They have like this kind of chicken sandwich, this kind of chicken sandwich, or you can get his popcorn chicken, but still those flavors. But they have this thing where they're like, all right, our heat on our chicken with our spice recipe is 6 out of 10. For an extra $1, you can get like a XXX spice, but be careful, it's really spicy. And I'm like, sure it is.
How's your beehole, my dude?
Yeah, my dude.
I discovered what heartburn was yesterday. I have cleared myself I wasn't going to talk about my beehole, but damn.
I go for country style there.
Oh, it was so fucking good. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm not getting the extra spice next time.
Oh, I got the extra spices for sadistic fucks.
My friend was in town visiting just for like an afternoon.
I'm so happy you got to go there. You've been talking about wanting
I've wanted to go there for years.
For years.
But my friend visiting in town, and he's trying to hold a conversation with me, and I'm just like sweating, like losing the ability to hold speech. Like, just on the quick, I had to, when my nephew lived in Helena, he got sick when he was staying with me, so I had to drive him home to Helena, which is like 150 miles. And then I spent 10 minutes in Helena, like long enough to shake out my legs and use the bathroom, and then drove back.
That's all the time you really need to spend in Helena.
Yeah, no, Helena sucks, but like it meant, the point of this was it was a really long day, and I got to town and was like shaky, and I saw the M80 chicken. I'm like, don't know what that is, but I'm getting some chicken. And it was like the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life. So I finally had this and I was like, is it actually? And it's not the best chicken I've ever had in my life, but it's still fucking good.
It is my top contender for best chicken sandwich in Missoula.
I'll give it that.
My number 2, I would go to Wally and Bucks.
The Liquid Planet Grill by the university has really good chicken tendies. I will say that.
I didn't say anything about chicken tendies. I said
that's
chicken
a different
sandwich.
discussion. I'll give you that. All right. And on that note, welcome to General
if I want
Nerdery.
Chicken tendies, I'm going to Double Front Chicken.
Welcome to General Nerdery, your podcast about liking things. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler. I like chicken.
Fuck yeah, dude. Chicken's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we are finally recording our cursed episode.
How's it feel to break the curse, boys?
Oh my god.
Oh god.
So, I don't know if we've talked about this a little bit on air. I think this was our like 4th attempt to record this fucking episode.
I'm pretty sure you are correct.
I was checking my phone all morning. I was sure something was still going to go wrong.
It was getting pretty late and I had one more episode to go and I was like, no.
Boys, I've watched this season more than any other season because of trying to prepare for this.
We were originally supposed to do this episode. It was supposed to be one of our batch records.
Before my wedding in June.
And then my internet went out for like a week. And then something happened with, you were just getting married. So then that came up.
Getting married.
And then
for a second time.
Don't remember what the third one was, but just like stuff kept happening. And finally we were like, we need to just record a different episode. We just need to move the fuck on. And I actually, like, you brought this up because we were planning out episodes. And I was like a little hesitant to go into it.
I think you just like abandoned it. You're just like, well, I guess we're just done recording Shoresy episodes.
And you guys are both like,
never talk about the show again.
You guys are both like, no, we need to do this. And honest to God, I had the hardest time just sitting down and like turning on the TV to like putting on Shoresy. And I
had a hard time paying attention because, like Steven, I have seen this season kind of way more times than this season deserves. Still love the show. One of the seasons has to be the weakest, but
okay, so I was
still enjoy this season. One of the seasons has to be the weakest.
I was talking to my therapist, not about like, I can't watch Shoresy, but like talking about how I rewatch certain media so fucking much. And like, I sometimes have trouble taking in new media. She's like, oh yeah, that's a super common ADHD thing. So, because apparently every aspect of my life is fucking ADHD now. Anyways, so I think it was some of that my brain was just like, no, you are stressed about Shoresy season 4. It keeps going wrong. We can't watch it now. And then it was really nice. Like it's
a fun season.
Well, and we talked about it. I was worried about this season going in just because the first 3 seasons are such like a kind of beautiful arc of like, how the fuck are we gonna
How are we gonna make you care? Oh, you care by the second episode? Cool. Now what are we gonna do with it?
And like, I simultaneously have like nothing to say about the season and a whole lot to say about the season as I was watching. But it's really interesting as a like.
Well, I'm most curious to hear what you have to say about this season because you came to it so much later than us because you actually held off on it.
No,
yes. We've been living with this season.
I watched it this week.
Yeah.
And also, you've only watched it once. We've both watched it a handful of times, to say the least. I'm pretty sure I've watched this guy. I'm pretty sure I've watched this season at least 8 times.
And both of you watched the whole series through for this. Yes, or like
yes, I watched the whole series through just for this recording. But also, it's not hard to get me to watch the whole series.
No, I wanted
really
to,
like
and then realized that I was just running out of time. So I was like, nope. All right, I'm just gonna. So I watched seasons 3 and 4. I do think season 3 is better. But I also, like, as we were talking about, this is a transitional season, and I don't know what if next season is going to work, because obviously it's not out yet, but, like, it has a better chance of working in ways that I believe because of this season. It does have a criminal lack of sanguinette. Yeah. And by that, I mean there is no sanguinette.
Yeah.
I missed him the first time through. The second time through, I don't know what he would have added to this season.
And I kind of agree with that. And actively, like, I was like, oh, it's good Frankie JJ's not in this season. Because it actually gave Michaels...
point did I care that Frankie JJ wasn't in this season.
Yeah. And it gave Michaels literally just the space on the couch to exist in a way that, like, I don't know. I really liked Michaels this season.
I like Michaels this season. I especially liked him juxtaposed.
Well, of course there's space on the couch without Jay. Anyway, sorry.
Such a fucking potato. But I like Michaels with his Blueberry buddy.
I don't remember any of the Blueberry buddies' names. But yeah, the other...
Caleb?
Yes. Fucking
for those of you who don't see the audio, Tyler just literally like counted them out on the bench and then got to
Mason.
No, Mason, yeah. Fuck.
Mason, Jackson, Jackie for short.
Yep.
Isn't it just Jack?
Or
I don't.
Mason, Jack.
Couldn't tell you.
But he's 18.
But he's 18.
And then Caleb.
And then Caleb.
But yeah, watching fucking...
I'm going to look this up.
Watching fucking Michaels be like, shut the fuck up, Caleb. I'm like, you are. I will say, I think Michaels had my favorite line of this season. It's during the resetting the tone episode, and they're like, no matter what, boys, I think we've all learned we are all the worst versions of ourselves when we're not playing hockey.
Yep.
And I was like, that is just... It was somehow the most, like, perfectly delivered line for what was maybe, like, the quietest joke in the entire season.
That episode, I think, is one of my favorite episodes of the season. Both because it has, some of the best songs in it, and I love the soundtrack to Shoresy. It is...
The soundtrack is really... It doesn't miss.
That and Letterkenny honestly have a impeccable taste of music for what I like in music.
I think I like Shoresy's a little better than Letterkenny, but it's just the slight, like, tweak is a little closer to my style of music. The place where it really hit me when watching through was in season 3. when they're playing the version of God Only Knows How Much I Love You.
Yes, that is. Yes.
And one, that song is just Muppets Mayhem for me now.
Mm-hmm.
But like listening to that and it's playing, and the bit where he just throws the drinks behind him.
That song made it on my wedding playlist. I fucking love that song.
God only knows all the ways that I love. But like that's kind of reworked version that they have in Shoresy is fucking great. You're looking up the Blueberry Buddies? The boys?
Yeah, I keep finding like two of their names and not the other. And it's two we already knew.
The boys or the boys?
Oh, God.
Okay, so season starts basically with tubing. Which, in fairness, they are correct about tubing.
Tubing fucking rules.
It does. And
It's Caleb, Carter, Jack, and Mason.
Carter was who we were forgetting.
Yes, Carter was the one we were forgetting.
Cool.
The Bulldogs, or I guess most of the Bulldogs have gone home. For the most part, the cast is a lot smaller this year, or at least like the cast that we've seen already, which I think was a really smart decision because it gave them room to work, one, to introduce the Blueberry Buddies, but also to just give these guys more space. So Sanguinette's gone, JJ Frankie JJ is gone, Fish has gone home for the season. We have Nat, we have Zeeg and
Meeg.
Meeg. We have Shoresy, Dolo, Ted Hitchcock, and
Goody,
thank you.
And Michaels.
And Michaels.
Michael, yeah.
So that's it for the main cast.
Oh, and the gyms.
And the gym. How on brand that I forgot the gyms were the bit of the season is the gyms.
Don't be big time in the gyms. Do we got to take you to court, Kangaroo Court?
God, that episode's so fucking funny. Oh my.
The gyms are tattlers.
But they're not fibbers.
From the very beginning when they're like, hey, gyms, it's time to go on the boat. And then immediately we're like, oh, the hot girls are here. We're going to take them instead. And you watch, and Cece is sitting in her chair screaming. I don't mean yelling. I mean screaming. You can't do that to the gyms. Be nice to the gyms.
Okay, so in full disclosure, the first time I watched this, I got incredibly baked and watched the first episode, and I legitimately cried. I was so sad. I was like, how could you do this to the gyms? Don't do this to them.
They're such fucking beauties.
They're such fucking beauties.
It is wild because they don't show much in the way of emotion. Like, two of them just don't show emotion. But just like all of them just kind of looking down and the one looking kind of sad and the music they play. I don't even remember what they, and like, that is a wild amount of like emotional manipulation that they put into that 2-second scene.
It got me.
Meanwhile, Nat has come up with like, we have to keep this team basically like functional and positively thought of in the community for the next season.
You guys can keep drinking and partying, just gotta keep it in the lines.
And she needs to take care of Shoresy because he clearly does not know what to do with himself.
But Bro Dude wants to do everything with him.
And Bro Dude is desperate to turn him into a little web show.
Super desperate. Like, way too desperate.
Willing to fucking fix his teeth desperate.
I do love that.
He's their new $10,000 man.
The one thing that what Laura Moore doesn't like is that they fixed his teeth. Oh, and let's see, what else do we have here?
Oh, those teeth are uncomfortable the entire season, though, right? Like, it's not just me.
They are a little too perfect.
No, Laura Moore doesn't do her thing towards the end of the episode. Like, the first episode is mostly just kind of...
Summer in Sudvegas, baby.
Yeah, set up for it. Nat refuses to step away from hockey. Can't step away from hockey.
Her goals for the summer are exactly right. She's just way too in it and stressing out every part of her fucking life.
Yeah. Specifically Meeg and Zeeg.
Yeah. But she's also not wrong.
Yeah.
The boys need to fucking rein it in.
Right?
We just need you to... Oh, and the boys want to go to Weird Sudbury.
Good
Which
and weird.
Good and weird.
Which is just a party. It's just a sex party, let's be honest. Like, based off what we saw there, it's a fuck party.
It's...
Guys,
Eyes wide shut of Sudbury.
I could not hang at this party. It's fucking 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. full throttle fuck party.
There's a time in my life, but
If I
no
was
longer.
Like, if I had just woken up, I could... No, not even. Like, guys, I just can't hang.
If I was 15 years younger...
At no point in my life
Probably.
would I not want to, at least 45 minutes into it, just like need to sit down and just really take it all in.
But I also had massive insomnia at the time. I didn't go to sleep till 7 a.m. anyways, so like it was a lot more...
Yes.
No, I'm with him. I could not.
No
Like-
shade. I just know I can't hang.
Also, I fucking hate that girl. So,
Oh,
Mercedes?
yeah.
Michael's ex.
Yeah, but you're supposed to. Like, she's awful every time she shows up. Shoresy would have hated that party, though. It's a fuck party.
Shoresy would have hated that part.
Yeah, Shoresy would have hated that party.
Shoresy probably would have... If Shoresy would have went to the prospect party, he probably would have been the reason they didn't make it into actual Weird Sudbury. Not
Yeah,
that they
'cause-
actually went, but like...
Well, it was all or nothing, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So he would have just left and then stared at people on his bicycle. I don't know why him on his bike amused the shit out of me every time I saw it. Partly because I used to ride my bike like that all the time with like the hands just floating on the side.
Him pulling that fucking lawnmower really did it for me, though. I was like, that is a fucking arm workout, and I am really cracking up over this.
Is it in the first episode where we find out that has been doing karaoke for Laura Moore?
I think that's episode 2.
Okay.
I believe that's episode
Since
2.
I watched most of them in a go, I'm kind of merged. And I don't really think we necessarily need to go episode by episode specifically.
Is
but
2
like,
also the helicopter?
Yes.
Helicopter.
Helicopter.
so
Say it with more of an H sound.
Helicopter.
I'm going to have to rewatch the season. Jesus Christ. So part of Nat's couple of things. Oh, the boys, the boys going to different parts of Sudbury and seeing where they're partying with it every
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yes. It's so fucking good.
And the fact that the whole town seems to just be like, yes, we will go party with the boys.
Well, it's our responsibility to. There are Sudbury Blueberry Bulldogs. We did also. I can't remember if it's in the first episode or in the second episode that the mom. I think it's Mason's mom.
She had shown up the season before
yes.
asking them to do like a kids program, and he fucking ducked out
Right.
immediately.
So she shows up again, and she then meets up with Nat eventually to set up the Blueberry Buddies.
So basically,
Mentorship
there is a group,
program.
and this is the beginning of episode 2, because the episode opens
do the
with them
cut.
recording
That's right. That's right.
recording the boys. Wait, which one is
I think it's the boys.
the boys, and then the boys.
Boys buys or the buys?
The boys,
I don't
not
see
the
how
boys.
it's so confusing. But
Boy, I can't say
the
say it
boys,
like Hitchcock.
not the buys. The buys
Buys.
is the. But basically, for like 18-year-olds, roughly.
And then I was curious to know if you caught this. They got drafted into the O, is what they keep referring to it as.
I don't know what the O is, but like they are all top prospects, so they're going to other teams.
They're all going to some kind of like camp where they might get recruited into actual hockey leagues, as opposed, even if it's senior whale
Instead
shit
of senior
hockey.
whale shit, yeah.
I mean, even possibly just senior whale shit hockey, but like I think, but it's not just like.
Well, I think they're all too young for senior Welsh shit hockey.
fair. But the point is, it's not just their high school team anymore.
They have prospects of actually going to a professional league beyond like beer leagues, which is what
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's
Shoresy
been
was
doing for the most part. Yeah.
Like that's what you see in like Letterkenny is like beer league type stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they are more being recruited for like what would be the equivalent of like the minors, I believe.
Interesting.
If it was baseball.
But because their coach sucks, and we later find out who the coach is, and that one took me
fucking Tendy.
And that one took me a moment because we have not seen Tendy since episode 2.
He's in one episode. He's in 2 episodes. And then gone.
And suddenly back.
And then suddenly, and I was like, who the fuck? Oh, shit, that's Tendy.
Such a good pull.
And they waited so long to reveal it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tendy has them fucking sick of hockey, so they're skipping their practices and stuff, which is going to affect their prospects in the future. So the hockey mom convinces them to do the...
They're also 18-year-old hockey studs in Sudvegas.
Yeah. So she's like, I don't want you to get in trouble, and I don't want you to destroy your future career. So we'll set you up with the Blueberry Buddies. And the deal is, Nat makes with the Bulldogs is, you do this, you call yourself a Blueberry Buddy and wear these awful fucking the long sleeves is the part that got me. Like, is this a long-sleeved golf shirt? And in return, I'll get you into Weird Sudbury. And so we basically just meet tiny versions of the 4 main Bulldogs outside of Shoresy.
I'm so pissed that their prospects getting drafted to other teams. I'm already ready to follow them by the end of the season.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of them.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing, in all honesty. I didn't think about that until just now, while we're talking about this recording, of like, oh, well, we're pretty much not going to see them again.
Well, they're only out for 3 months. They said they would be back in 3 months, so there is ways to use them again. But yeah, there is a whole, like, there's a huge character arc for them and build up to stuff that we just don't really get to, like, it doesn't really lead, but it's also a very, last summer before college kind of vibe going on.
And I do really like that they brought like that dynamic in for this season, which does feel very much like a summer episode of an anime, like a filler episode.
Except it's the least filler. Like, honestly, for Shoresy's arc, this is easily the most important one since season 1.
Yep.
Well, it's the summer he lands
Laura Moore.
It's incredibly important. So yeah. Oh, I don't do karaoke. I don't want to do karaoke. My wife also doesn't do karaoke. This made me be like, should I do karaoke for her?
Don't you like to sing, though?
I don't sing in front of people much, and I don't like get up on a stage. I haven't gotten up on a stage since high school.
The camaraderie going on with all of that made me really miss when I was doing karaoke a lot. We would actually get super hyped for each other during different songs, and
this is probably the best version of karaoke in a media that's made me want to be like, I would do karaoke. I would fuck around with this. I would sing.
So at War of the Gate, which is the local Bellegarth event that I have been running the last couple of years, we got a karaoke thing for it because the guy who has been letting us use his site has like a professional karaoke setup.
Oh,
and we have one kid who's 18, just turned 19 years old, who fights with us. And I really felt called out about my relationship with that kid this entire fucking season. But the thing of, like, with the karaoke made me think of, at one point he had to be like, whoever teriyaki is, you're not allowed to do the next 8 songs in a row. You have to let other people, you can pick one song out of, because he was just like, this one, and this one, and this one. But just the sheer joy on Nat, Meeg, and Zeeg's face when they were like, Shoresy's doing karaoke right now. And they're just like, pause, like, right now? We have to go right fucking now. Like,
we're not even going to a car. We're straight up running the other direction. I know it's not a big town, but like you could drive there.
this is where we start to see that Michaels really is just spending like all of his time with the boys, with the guys at the like, and that's interesting because in season 1 couldn't be in the same room with them for the most part, or at least with Shoresy, which is kind of the same thing. Seasons 2 and 3, they're getting a little. Season 2, he's more accepted by them, but he's not necessarily one of them. By season 3, he's getting fucked up with them at the party. And then by season 4, he's just. They don't admit it, and they throw him to the wolves immediately, but he's also one of the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's exactly it. He's still their goalie.
Goalies are always weird, but he's still their goalie.
And he brings a better, as funny as JJ Frankie JJ is, just never knowing what's going on and Dolo whispering things to him in French. He brings a different element to it that I think actually makes the group work better, like as something to watch, even if it's just being slightly an outsider. Oh, and here is where Laura Marr sets up the... I don't know why I said it that way. Here's where Laura Marr sets up the...
Run a marathon?
Yeah, basically.
I thought the Run a Marathon didn't come till later.
It might be the next episode.
It might be the next
Again, I watched like 3 of these in a row, so they just kind of blurred together. Laura Marr, during this period, decides that she is going to test Shoresy? Which basically, I actually like... I feel mixed feelings about this one, because like I get on a practical level where this is coming from. She is divorced. Based off this, I am willing to suspect that her husband cheated on her. She has this kid that I am still kind of like I'm starting to think it's not true by the end of the season, but Cece and I were convinced that her kid is one of the 2 kids that he's always talking shit to.
The only reason I don't think that's going to be the case is that he would know both of their last names.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But I was sure that it was going to turn out that it was
unless
either
they're
Corey
going,
or Liam.
Unless Corey or Liam are going by their dad's last name, and for some reason, that's the only way you could do it.
He would know. It would have been brought up.
I feel like the amount of shit talking he does about their moms.
He knows exactly who their moms are.
He knows exactly who they are.
It's just, that's what I was sure. As I said, I've changed my mind, but we spent most of the season being like, so it's going to be revealed that she's Corey's mom, right? Like, which is a little 90s sitcom in retrospect. But
like, yo, dude, this show does play to those notes,
especially with the number of your mom jokes that they put into just every one of those scenes.
They could retcon any one of the kids from last season though into being her kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be easy enough to do. But anyways, she's divorced. She's got this kid. She doesn't want to introduce someone to this kid until she really knows that she can, like...
Especially not a slut.
Yeah, especially not a slut.
That she can really, like, rely on him. He won't cheat on her, whatever. So I kind of get that. But at the same time, like... I'm testing you, go explore and see if you would rather be a celebrity or whatever. Like, there is something about that I don't like from a just like...
I think that's kind of part of it though, because he's not
supposed to like it.
Their final scene at the end, he is kind of calling her out. Like, you might not even remember all this bullshit. I do.
Yeah, because she doesn't remember telling him to run a marathon, and she tells him like 6 times.
He tells her straight to her face that she's straight up brutal.
Yeah. I love that scene.
That scene is so good.
Partially just because he's meaning every word because he's having an event because he just turned down Hot Mom.
Yeah. He's mad about that too. Like he's
like, I just did so well. And I'm not going to say that exactly, but I have to do something.
I'll run another one right now. Like I understand. It's interesting watching it because usually Laura Marr is, I guess, like the emotionally mature one, and she still kind of is, because I can understand her reasoning, but this is it's one of the times I see her do something that's not as, like, straightforward, mature a move.
Well, because up to this point in the series, she has kind of just been basically just, like, perfect every time she's been on screen. But now that we're having to delve into that more, it's like, oh no, she's a little bit shitty about this, but she's coming from an understandable place.
Yeah, and even then, like, it's not like she's completely out of...
And it's not terrible. It's just...
Hey, I'm not going to put out for a little while because I need to know if you're committed.
Yeah.
Isn't like...
And like, oh, you want to be a serious relationship, possibly move in together, meet my child. Like, I need to make sure this is really, like, gonna be a thing is fair. It's just the way that she goes about it is fucking weird. But I also am not sure how you go about that in fairness, because I've never had to do that. So
same.
But
also, it's just like the way it's presented, though, doesn't seem like it's the right way.
It doesn't feel like the right way, but it also does kind of feel kind of true to her character overall. She is pretty kind of bluntly just like, well, we're just going to do it this way.
It's also kind of the perfect way to test Shoresy, because it's got a really simple win or lose thing, and it's just giving him the free rein to see where he'll go, and he's Shoresy, so he's a fucking lunatic, so it's gonna go weird goddamn ways. Also, since we're just kind of talking about this scene, the bit where he has them reading out his message, and every once in a while the kid reading the message stops to explain how he spelled something completely wrong is so fucking good.
For spelled F-O-R.
What was the other, something spelled something I-E, and it was like
ready?
Ready?
No, but what was it? It was something like that, though.
It was on that, like, really simple word, and instead of a Y, it's I-E. Like, where are we going next? We're kind of just punching through the season, but
do we want to like kind of round off him on Dude Bro or Bro Dude?
That was all. I like all of those scenes, and it's legitimately, it wasn't what they were going for, but that would be the type of sports show I would be interested in seeing shorts of, is some guy just like completely like, I don't want to fucking be here. Fuck this.
What's the fucking question?
Like, are you kidding me? This guy's next to me? No, you should ask him.
You should go with him.
Why are you asking me this? Start with him.
No one cares what I have to say. Famous hockey player is here.
I would be more willing to watch a show that was that.
But yeah, the scenes are only okay. I mean, kind of overall, but also they're only supposed to be okay. Because you're getting it from Shoresy's point of view. If Shoresy is trying to do other things to stay connected, because he can't not be connected to hockey. He's spending all of his time either with the boys or with Nat. He's always wearing his Sudbury shit. But, like, it's when Roy becomes a commentator in Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally just that. It's good to be involved with the sport, but this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Because, really, Shoresy's sort of the story of Roy Kent if Ted Lasso wasn't there and he was Canadian.
Yeah, I see that a lot. Now that you point that out, I can see some of the through lines.
Big player, too old, forced to retire, goes into TV for a short time.
And if there's no women in the locker rooms.
And there's no women in the locker rooms. Man, the problem is...
Such a good fucking bit.
The problem is I'm thinking about this season, but because I also watched season 3, I keep going back to the best scene I watched, and it's the fucking end of season 3 when they're, like, final quarter and Shoresy's talking them up to win the final game. Of everything I watched across 2 seasons, that was the single best bit, so I keep being like, what was my favorite part? That. Nope. We talked about that last time we talked about Shoresy. Yeah, Bro Dude never felt like it was gonna last, so I don't know. The other seasons Bro Dude stuff with them kind of opening and closing the season with like, where are we in hockey with Anek and
right,
the random 3 other people who I think are real hockey people who I don't know.
The only one I remember is Jay on right.
And the man only known as R.A.
There we go.
And then the woman who's also on the couch for the 3-1 one.
Yes.
I have mixed feelings about that, like, because they were kind of setting up, and Shoresy does have a weird connection, and I can't tell where it's Shoresy has a weird connection to masculinity or where Jared Kiso has a weird connection to masculinity. Because, like, one, the entire scene where they're talking about toxic masculinity, they don't get it right once.
No.
They almost get it right several times.
I think that's actually part of the point.
I know, but that's what I mean. Like, if it's Shoresy and them talking about it and almost getting it right, that's actually really good. But every once in a while, Jared Kiso will talk about stuff across his different shows.
So, but I don't think the point was to talk about toxic masculinity. It was to talk about there are in fact certain places and times for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you send kids to a hockey camp and part of the hockey camp is to make them go through a toxic masculinity seminar, the people that are going to be talking to them about it is people like Shoresy, not people who should be talking to them about toxic masculinity.
Well, and not just Shoresy, but it sounds like also Tendi might have done it too. And Tendi does not know what, because Shoresy is surprisingly positive masculinity for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, yeah.
Like, yeah, he's got his weaknesses, but like,
I think that's almost kind of the karaoke and encouraging with the boys and all of that is kind of the flip side to that whole conversation, where it's like they don't get it, but
they kind of live it.
But they kind of live what it's supposed to be.
I guess maybe I just wish they had been able to, and I get it that Shoresy is never the person that's going to understand that. I guess I wish there could have been at least one person who could have maybe a little more like openly pointed that out, or like it just felt like the like misunderstanding toxic masculinity and then showing positive masculinity is a good way of doing it. But people are dumb. And I don't mean that offensively, but like there's literally just been like studies of a lot of times when you're trying to make points like this, you really have to like hit it on the head. You have to be pretty open about it. And I don't think they ever had quite a moment. So I'm sure there is a ton of people who watched this who completely missed that. And they were just like, yeah, Shoresy's right about and like missed the whole fucking lesson. And I understand that if they had like tied it all together with a bow, those same people would be like, you're just trying to make a point and being woke with it. So like, there's no winning. I'm not, I wish once in the episode is all, just once somewhere someone had been like, so this is actually what positive masculinity, like toxic masculinity is not just you have to be a girl.
Right.
That's it. That's all I wanted.
You could have given Caleb that line very easy.
Caleb would have been perfect for it. I love Caleb, by the way.
Yeah.
He's my favorite of the 4 boys because he's just...
Oh, I love their cold open so much.
Oh, that cold open's really good. It really gives you... It's so short, but it gives you exactly who each of them are and the dynamic of all 4 of them together.
Goalies are always weird. Sorry, man.
Jared Kiso has proven himself to be so good at introducing groups of characters as a group, but with individual personalities at a time. I say, Jared Kiso for the Alpha Flight movie.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you were going to do an Alpha Flight movie, Kiso's the only person I would super trust. Alpha Flight is Canadian.
I'm aware of
For
what
those
Canadian...
of you who are not aware, Alpha Flight is Canadian superheroes. They're Canadian Avengers. Kiso could play Guardian. That'd be fucking incredible.
Yeah, that'd be a great casting. Although I want him to be Wolverine.
I don't, but I understand why people do.
I want Kiso to do for Alpha Flight what fucking James Gunn did for
Guardians,
of the
just
Galaxy.
making them a like actual viable property. And I say that as someone who likes the pre-James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy comics. Where are we at here? We have the gyms are all mad that they keep getting left out of stuff, so they go to talk to
The gym's tattle.
the gym's tattle because the boys are all sleeping with the boys' moms.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a thing that I thought, like,
Which was exactly what Zeeg was worried about during the previous.
yeah, and they immediately went for it.
Yes.
Fucking immediately.
Immediately.
I thought Ted Hitchcock was a little out of character here because of his arc in season 2,
Oh, yeah.
where he just wanted someone to listen to tunes with.
I feel like, do they address that in season 3 at all?
It doesn't really come up, but season 3 is also so fucking laser focused on like this league thing that they don't really have time for the only character that gets any, well, only 2 characters that get anything out of hockey in season 3 is obviously Shoresy, because it's Shoresy, and Zeeg gets a tiny little bit of character development outside of season, outside of hockey. Because like Sanguinet got it in the first season. Frankie JJ got it kind of in the first season. JJ gets a surprising amount through all 3 seasons. He just refuses to learn anything at any point.
Yeah.
But like in season 2, he just wants someone to listen to tunes with, and it's the girl from the Panini
Pam
place.
from...
And then in season 3, he is, I don't want to say the most aggressive of the fuck-arounds, but like the ones they show him and Dolo doing it more than they show Goody, it feels like.
I thought it was Dolo and Goody who were always fucking around because they never have legs in the third because they already played a period between
Ted
sheets.
is usually listening to them.
That's true. But in season 4, he's like, because he's the one that we see jump into the car with the soccer or with the hockey mom.
But all 3 of them are...
Oh, they're definitely doing
They're
it.
all hooking up.
I just feel like Goody just didn't get as much to do this season. He just, I mean, he's also the quietest of the 3 of them, so that's
He
also
definitely wasn't catching any fish off of that boat while all the boys are jumping in the water.
Yeah, that's true. But like, so they have the 3 girls that they're tattling, that the gyms are tattling to. Is Pam the one in the middle?
Yes.
Okay,
I looked that up
Pam.
earlier.
Yeah.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure. And then the others are just the same women that we see. We've seen them since season 2, so they've been hooking up for.
Yeah, it's.
I think
they
about
have
6
names.
months at
I
this
just
point?
can't.
I can't remember them offhand.
Could not. I just know that they hook up with Goody and Dolo a lot.
Missy.
I feel like that's right. I'm looking it up.
Gyms are tattling. If I remember, we find out Jim doesn't like the word fucking that much.
He doesn't like cursing.
That's it.
Which that bit really fucking landed for me, and then she immediately changes to banging, and then his thanking of her for it is.
Thank you for adjusting that. This is my thing, not yours. But I appreciate
my hang up, not yours.
But I appreciate you taking the time to take care of my needs. The court scene. I love that they're like, Michaels is the only person that we can really trust to be the judge on this one because he's just
Melody.
The
problem is, I found a list of just Sudsbury townfolk, and
you don't know which ones they are.
and like some of them,
Melody and Brittany?
Melody and Britt.
Sweet.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
And Pam.
And Pam.
And not Bethany Dawn, because that was the girl before Pam.
Who didn't learn his name.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
We just want to learn their characters' names to show them the respect they deserve.
I love it. I'm trying to think, while you're doing that, I'm trying to think of how to talk about the courtroom scenes.
The kangaroo court is so fucking great.
It's basically just wrestler's court, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, wrestler's court was a thing of if you fucked up, the locker room would set up and Undertaker would be the judge, and basically this would happen. And it used to be taken as this like really great, funny thing. And these days everyone's like, yo, some of your punishments were kind of fucked up. Like,
yes.
I do like that Shoresy swapped between whether he was like defending the gyms and then later on being like, no, this time I'm representing the buys. Like,
gyms are my former clients.
Clients of old.
Yeah, clients of old.
But it is,
God damn.
it is interesting the ways that like it is. I mean, Michaels is separated because he's one, you had to have that like 3-3. But, and he just also only sort of fits in.
I'm your bailiff.
Jesus.
My bailiff?
I meant bailiff, but I said that whole Shoresy's so dumb, but he's not at the same time.
But that bit comes back
Every time.
Every time. I love that bit.
That bit started with his concussion. He didn't do that in the first season.
You're right.
Or the second season. I don't think it starts till 3.
Yeah, it's mostly in this season where he does. Jesus, I didn't think about that.
Wow.
But like, it does have this sort of starting to remove Shoresy from, because Shoresy's sitting in this really weird place of he's still part of the team. He's still one of the boys, but he's not anymore. And like more and more visually, they're sticking him in different, just a little removed from
The
boys, but still taking care of the boys in a way that like, because when he's in the beginning of the season, he's just straight up sitting with them.
Mm-hmm.
By the end, he's sitting with Meeg, Zeeg, and Nat, but he's still living with the boys, so it's not like it's, yeah. I don't know. It's interesting watching as Shoresy grows into this role.
And kind of charts the path, because I have a feeling the boys are going to have to step down from hockey before too long. Ted is looking old.
Yeah, Ted looks older than Shoresy. The only reason he can still play is because he doesn't play the way Shoresy plays.
Yeah,
right.
Although you can play, especially in senior whale shit hockey, you can play for quite a while, because there's the one guy from, what is it, the Sioux Hunt.
Yeah.
That's an old fart.
Oh, yeah. Schnurr.
I'm gonna fuck that slut. Now you're shaking.
I'm almost positive Schnurr is back next season.
Sweet. It would make. I'm so curious what next season is gonna like. Obviously, I can make some guesses. I would not be surprised figuring out how Shoresy and Sanguinet are going to work together as coaches, as opposed to coach and captain.
What if they do more than just senior AAA? What if the Bulldogs have a
quadruple A?
They just have a AAA that's not senior.
Well, no, remember that kids took well to Shoresy.
Mm-hmm.
Sanger is already the coach of the team. At best, they're going to be co-coaches.
Mm-hmm.
But
and she did say you are coaching with Sanger.
Yeah, and so he's probably going to be an assistant to the fucking senior whale shit team. But there is a very big like scene with Nat stepping out of the arena, and there's something about the Sudbury Wolves in the background.
Oh, I didn't see that. So there might be a.
That's actually the official team of that stadium that they filmed.
Oh, okay. But I'm wondering if maybe you could just twist it so like that's the kids program.
They could easily do that. I was just reading about this because I was really interested in. This season features Sudbury a lot more than previous ones. Partly
because it's not the middle of fucking winter, so you can actually go to different parts of Sudbury.
Fully. Plus, you have the constructed bit of the boys are
going
everywhere and getting fucked up.
I wonder if that was like the deal. Like, we'll get some sort of tax cut to film in Sudbury, but we'll just show off like these various...
But like more so than Letterkenny, this show definitely sets that exists in Sudbury and is... in a very real space.
Mm-hmm. Well, because Sudbury's a real place and Letterkenny is a fictional town.
But they do reference Sudbury, so it's supposed to be like a fictional town just outside of it. But this one, I was reading about it and learning about it, and that's when I learned that the arena that they film in, that's where the Sudbury Wolves actually play. Mm-hmm. So you'll see that in certain shots just in the background. But that would be interesting to see them try and use that.
But like, what do you? I mean, again, you may not have are Sanger and Shoresy gonna clash? Are they gonna work together well? Or are they gonna? Because Sanger fucking loves Shoresy, and vice versa. He'll just never admit it. But what does the team do? Like, do they have the pressure they have to try to win a second? No. Or do they just not do as well this? Do we bring in new players? Do we cut people? Like, I don't.
If they bring in Schnur to replace Shoresy.
I am really curious because it'd be so easy to. I mean, admittedly, I don't know shit about hockey, which is part of the problem. I'm. Every time I have thought I've known where the next season is going, they like to do the first scene and just like kick that in the head and make me realize that I've.
Oh, we're a year later? Gotcha.
Yeah. Season 1, and then, we're going to see the playoffs. Season 2, playoffs are done fucking 30 seconds
Fuck you if you wanted to see that. We'll never show you that.
Not only that, we have skipped most of the next season and are like 3 games away. Like, Season 3 is roughly where it is, but by changing the game, by making them lose the playoffs. And then season 4, we're like, we're going to see him coaching next year or whatever. And then they're like, no, we're not there yet.
First, we got to get good and weird.
So, again, that party did not look that weird. It was just a fuck party.
There was one furry guy.
It looked, but it like looked weirder with some of the setup stuff they were doing.
No, you don't understand how weird it is that there was only one furry there. There was only one furry.
Uber furry.
That's weird.
That room did look very hot, and that fursuit had to be fucking miserable to be in.
But like, furries at a fuck party, I imagine there's going to be at least 2, maybe 3. They're going to come. They're all going to know to show up at the same place at the same time.
Every furry I've ever known likes to really tell you it's not a sex thing. So, and then showing me the most hardcore pornography. Like it's not a sex thing. Look at these 2 people fucking, and I'm like,
it's not entirely.
Make up your goddamn minds.
Life involves sex, so.
So does
life thing.
So does their entire Twitter accounts.
Yeah, exactly. Their whole life is furry.
I do love.
It's not a sex thing, but it's not a sex thing.
During the prospect party, the other reason they got in is because if you're paying attention, by the end, Dolo is just dancing all up on one of the judges.
Oh yeah, Dolo is. He's putting in a good word with the judge.
Yeah.
I love everyone's like, just because of Dolo's my favorite character, I think.
I think Hitchcock is my favorite character only because I realized that this watch through, he has so much like narrative like lines that are fucking killer jokes.
I just like Dolo because it's the quiet little things, like they're all making fun of Shoresy singing and Dolo being like, "You killed it, handsome man." And he's like, he's the one that makes music.
Yeah, he's the one that makes.
And he's the one who makes music. He's the one who said I'm good.
We haven't really talked about
helicoptering.
We're not gonna. We haven't really talked about one of the boys. I've already forget which one. Connor?
Jack
Trying to hook up with
Marina Mercier.
Marina Mercener.
Marianne Mercier.
And I don't really know how to go. It is a little weird that, like, if you pull back on it, it's 5 grown men in their, like, 40s trying to help this 19-year-old get laid with the beer girl. But also, it's, like, a really kind of wholesome...
They're also, by extension, presumably not themselves trying to score with the beer girl.
No, that's true. Which one's one of the beer girls? Which one's she? Her. Really?
Are we gonna have to have a private conversation? Fucking slayed me.
But it does sort of kind of pull in it is interesting watching as Shoresy figures out what, and I know this is one of those like really super obvious narrative throughs of this, but like the way they all learn how to be better at hockey and how to go into the next season is to deal with stuff that's not hockey. And Shoresy is actually like kind of the only one that was already doing that at first. Because it's just bro dude. He's just trying to be involved in hockey how he can. But like, they're like, oh, Shoresy has to figure out what life is without hockey. And then all of them have to fucking learn that to survive this summer? Because like, what are you doing with the Blueberry buddies? Just getting the shit out of them. And all they're doing, and then like, they actually start getting good at their job. And they're like, what if we go tubing? What if we go to karaoke?
What if we
learn a
really
really intense dance number?
Yeah.
What if we teach you about how to do karaoke?
A really intense dance number that ends with the crotch chop.
Suck it. DX.
Well, I guess that's what he wanted, so...
Also...
Yeah.
Like
he's not going to be complaining when he's getting his dink sucked.
They showed that dance number at the end with the camera going on. Just moving on again. Just like the camera circling around. That was so much work for all of them to actually learn that for that like 30-second bit. Because they all had it fucking good by the end.
That was dope.
I want to know more about these like two kids' relationship. Also, made me feel called out again about that kid that I told you that the Belagarth kid that I was talking about earlier. Because one, the moment that really hit me was he was like, I really wanted to thank you guys for all the help that you did. Because this poor fucking kid was like, hey, I just want you guys to know that you guys are like the best people I've ever known. And all of us are like, you got to shut the fuck up, kid. Like, you got to like...
Shut the fuck up, Sanguinet.
And we said it nicer, but we were very much like, thank you, we love you, stop talking right now. Like,
would you shut up if we got you a lanyard?
Aim higher. Fucking Jory.
Jordan Jory.
It's not even a laminated lanyard. Fucking. But then, also, that kid is 18. And was trying to hook up with a 24-year-old. And that's
23.
No, the real life one that I'm talking about. And I'm just watching this being like, I need to completely rework how I talk to this guy. Because I might be Shoresy.
So here's a couple karaoke choices.
We realized we were making fun of this kid too much. And, like, it's all very nice. We help him out. Like, I promise that I'm not just bullying an 18-year-old.
He's not like your Corey and Liam.
Not just bullying an 18-year-old.
Not just bullying him.
But, like, I was like, okay, we are teasing him too much. So I'm going to, like, back off. And he comes up to me, like, 2 weeks later. He's like, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, what's going on, buddy? He's like, you haven't made fun of me in weeks. I'm like, oh, no. Oh.
No, I was being actual nice.
Oh, I'm a bad guy.
I was dialing it back for you.
Oh, no. We have taught you the wrong lessons.
Oh, no, we conditioned you wrong.
You're my little blueberry buddy. Fuck. So now that I've revealed I'm a bad person,
I'm just like envisioning a change in the Belagarth hierarchical system so that people are called Blueberry Buddies at points.
I was thinking about this, yes.
The Banana Brotherhood.
We already renamed his team without his consent.
Yes.
As a joke, I don't know where it came from. Their group is called the Yaki Bull Pirates because he's really into One Piece, and we're trying to, and all of us are like, okay.
You've told me about this.
And for some reason, we renamed them the Tunnel Snakes from Fallout 3.
Yes.
This is why it came up, because I'm playing through Fallout 3
and he gets really mad about it, but like everyone else in the Tunnel Snakes are like, that name's fucking rad. Because most of them are like 18, so they don't know they've never played. I'm like, yep.
Tunnel Snakes.
That's what we're doing. Tunnel Snakes rule.
Yes.
I'm a bad person.
I love you still.
Thank you.
That makes me
Someone's
happy.
got to. I don't really have much more on this It's kind of a hard season to talk about in some ways because, as we said, it's very
decides not to do the bro dude stuff. The gym stuff comes up.
I guess the only thing is, and I don't really know what to talk about it, but we should at least mention it, is the through line of the season of when you don't know where to go where you're needed, which...
Yeah. I feel like we also got to touch on Nat, only from the standpoint of, I remember when the first time we talked about
I was really focused on the fact that Nat needed to get over Taki for a bit that first time through, and I mentioned it on an episode. Still believe it. Don't think it's as big of a part of the season as that first time through.
Yeah.
The single best scene with Nat is the weirdest fucking scene in it, where she's talking about, like, find where to put your love, and talking about her mom, and starting to kind of, like, cry a little bit. And so Shoresy gets up and, like, slowly walks over, and she turns around so he can pat her on the back. Just awkwardly. And
where it then cuts to black, and then you hear her say one more time, find a place to put your love, to really punctuate that. That fucking scene really kind of hit me the first time I watched it.
Their relationship is so good, and it's so fucking weird at this point, though. Like, it's...
They're kind of just the same person.
Yeah. Except one's hockey and one is, like...
managing hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a different universe where they're together and awesome, but, like, I love him and Laura.
No, I don't want him to get together with Nat. I 100%, like, would believe it if it happened, but also, no.
They feel like siblings to me. In a fully, like, they have a relationship that, like, they take care of each other because they've been together so long.
The relationship with people who aren't siblings, where one of them is, I'm not saying this is what it is, but, like, have you ever had a crush on someone and they were like, oh, you're like a sibling to me? Or vice versa?
Probably not, because I don't talk to people.
Okay. Remembering who I was talking to here. But, like, I've definitely had people who I was like, they're like my sister. And they're like, I love you. And I'm like, I have to go now. And vice versa. So it's not just me being like, I'm hot shit. But, like, probably more the other way around. But the line, when that line, because it's what kind of love is it, can be, like, weirdly close together.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, as I said, like, it would be easy, even if, please, for the love of God, never do this. It would be easy to just do a slight tweak and make their relationship romantic in the writing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that they don't, partly also because it's another sign of positive fucking masculinity, that he just has this incredibly attractive woman who's his best, like, is his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
He is closer with her than he is with any of the boys.
That's what I mean by that. Like, it doesn't feel like a sibling's probably not quite the right. It does feel like a familial, like, they feel like they're family, whether or not they are blood relatives.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that, like, you can, especially from knowing that Shoresy is adopted. I feel like that dynamic feels like his kind of, like, sibling.
Do you think we just have to accept that this is an alternate universe Shoresy that is different than the Letterkenny Shoresy? Even though they had the, like, we're sending him off, like, backdoor pilot episode of Letterkenny. Because in that one, it was, not a Nick. Why can't I think of her fucking name? She also played the deer lady in Res Dogs. Tanis.
Yeah.
Tanis is the one that sent him up north because she owed him. But in this one, like, he clearly has known Nat and Nat's mom for a while now.
Yeah.
It's weird. We didn't see Shoresy's family once this season.
Nope.
I mean, they didn't get a talking role last season, but they at least all had, like, that small scene.
Up. Yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of a weird pared down season, but like we said, it kind of makes sense for what the season is, so...
They needed to get Shoresy from point A to point B, and they needed to use a certain number of the cast still. because Shoresy needed those people around him to get to that point. So, we talked about being nervous about the series after season 3. I'd still say, I've already said it, it would not work as well without this season, but also this season is weird as a result of it.
In all honesty, the more I watch this show, the more I'll take more if you want to give it to me. They subvert my expectations every time with where they go. Going from season 1 to season 2 and how they set up what I expect them to do and what they actually do in season 2. And they keep coming back with that same kind of dynamics. Like we talked about it when we finished season 3. It was like, what could they do with season 4? And then they brought us this season. I was like, this feels like a summer beach episode, filler episode that actually gives us so much
that
more
is not remotely filler.
That's not remotely filler, but also is the necessary like filler episode to get you from point A to point B of seasons 3 into Shoresy coaching.
Okay, so they said this is the end of at the end of season 3, they said this is the end of Shoresy part 1.
Right.
Did I make up in my head that it's a 3-part story? Did I just like add kind of Ted Lasso stuff to it? Because I do that sometimes.
Possibly. I don't remember seeing that anywhere.
Okay, then I might just, I wonder how many.
Pretty sure it's like a 20-part story.
20-part story, huh?
Yeah, they're planning to do
20 seasons
per part.
might be a...
No. 20...
60 seasons is...
There you go.
Jesus. We haven't talked about what's next yet. So... we'll have something for you in a couple of weeks. We've talked about ideas, but we haven't, like, narrowed it down. So we'll have that conversation once we get off the air. There's several possible stuff coming up. All of them are fucking great. So glad we watched this.
Same.
Yeah.
Also to break the curse.
You got to break the curse.
And I think season 5 should be coming in 2026.
Sounds right.
I think they're already filming or have filmed it. But I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's over with filming. I'm not positive on that, but I think they wrapped.
We'll find out later. In the meantime, we're your Generals of Nerdery. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
Dismissed.
This has been a General Nerdery Presents production. If you enjoyed it, please go hit like and subscribe wherever you're listening to it right now. Also, we'd greatly appreciate it if you checked out our other shows over at gnpresents.com. Thank you.